So welcome to episode 0.5 of Diary of a Castaway on Print Island. You might be wondering what it's all about. So this isn't an episode, this is a preview. I wanted to try and explain how this came about. And you've got two people to blame or thank. One is Richard Askham, the other one is Chris Jordan. And about the same time, they both got in touch, about the time at the end of January, when I said I was leaving Fujifilm. Got quite a bit of reaction, no surprise. My face is on LinkedIn far too much. And the people that came good, people who gave me some advice and some ideas, were Richard and Chris. So let's start with Chris. He was first to come up with this idea. Let him explain what it's about.
This is all your fault. It was your idea for me to do some kind of diary. Tell me why. I feel like I've taken a challenge from you.
A lot of people have great difficulty when they are asked to leave, when they're given options. And also if you've been somewhere a long time, like yourself. And the world is also a very difficult place, or a very different place to find a job than maybe even 3 or 5 years ago. And I think we, others, could help a lot of people overcome that initial shock, fear, anxiety, and maybe help them with ideas as to how to get a job or how to start a business on their own.
And I also got a message on LinkedIn from Richard, and he said I could make thousands of pounds with a daily show on Print Island. We had a good laugh about that. When we calmed down, we thought actually we could possibly bring Chris's idea and Print Island together and try and help. So after Chris, the next person I spoke to was Carys Evans of Carys Media. Bumped into her at the print and sign show, and she had some good advice about horses.
It's exciting.
But you encouraged me.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad. Yeah, and sometimes you just have to take the leap. And we were saying that earlier.
You're right.
It's scary. It was a scary decision. I was kind of like, but so glad I did it.
Yeah. And it's the year of the horse.
The fire horse.
Jump on that horse.
Exactly.
Leap over the fence.
Exactly.
With all of these clips I'm showing you, there's longer interviews that will form episodes of Diary of a Castaway. I also went to the Packaging Innovation Show and spoke to some people there, and really useful. Thank you, Joe Stephenson. Big shout out to you, because you were great and you gave some good advice, including building the website, which I've now done. Thank you for that. I came out feeling 70% positive.
It's a nervous time, but it's an exciting time. I'm not scared of it. I'm a bit apprehensive, maybe. And what's the cost of failure? If I'm a failure, so what? You get up and you be a success. At least that's the plan.
So I needed encouragement. I needed to talk to more people. So that's when I went to South Africa. Not really. I went via Zoom and spoke to Jean. You've got to love Jean. She shoots from the hip. There's plenty more of this conversation, but this is how it ended.
I mean, I think some of this content of this diary I'm doing will probably end up on Print Island as well. So,
Great.
so you'll be on more than one channel. Thank you, Jean. That's great.
Good. Was that okay?
That was great. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick out some of the obvious comments. I know where you're going, but yeah, I can do
I'm
some.
trying to pick on people, but you know what? I can tell you, there's a few people.
I put the camera there, stopped recording, didn't want a lawsuit, but I love Jean. She tells it like it is, and she actually apologised afterwards for not being positive enough, but the rest of the conversation you'll see. It's not all print industry types either. I spoke to some friends that I go running with 2 or 3 times a week, depending on when we're on our diaries align. And these 2 guys keep me sane. And they've both been in a similar situation of walking away from somewhere bigger and doing something on their own, something fulfilling or challenging. You'll see an episode on that.
This is Dave and Jarv, and they've both left the company and gone off and done something We'll talk about it as we go around. Yeah. Are we ready to go? Push the button. Okay. I do realise as I'm doing this, I'm recording every aspect of my life. We're all doing it on our watches. There's no escape.
Then, of course, there's only one Colin Sinclair McDermott, an online print coach, the print mastermind. And little did I know, again, it's a longer conversation, that Colin was so much into manifestation and how much it works for him. So tune into that one to find out.
I'm a big fan of manifestation, and and everything that everything where I find myself just now hasn't happened by accident. I've known what I wanted to go for, and I've chased it until I've got there.
It's interesting because when you were talking about everyone in America having a coach, I was thinking of a Woody Allen film years ago where he had Paul Simon as in the cast. The camera moved by, he's on the phone and he's going, hi, yeah, I think I've forgotten my mantra. And he's just getting his coach to tell him what his mantra is. But you're talking about manifestation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Well, that's similar. Do you know there was one of the pieces of learning I done during the COVID time, and there was a big piece around manifestation, and again I think probably at that point I thought it was a little bit airy-fairy.
So you can see from all of these bits I've gathered together, and there are more to come. I'm doing some more next week. We might end up with 5 or 6 episodes. We might end up with more if you have something to say or some advice to give me, and you don't mind doing it on camera. Then I'm all ears. I might pick up something. In fact, I probably will. And more importantly, so will people watching this. And the whole idea is, if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know the way ahead, if you're a castaway like I have been, then maybe my experience and the people who've been talking to me can help. So thanks for watching. Look out for episode 1 really soon, only on Print Island.